The extended look for GTA 6 just dropped, I just watched it, and I have some thoughts. So let me make this as quick as possible. First off, I think the graphics and like presentation, music, all that shit, gorgeous. But let's be honest, that was not a surprise. If you've been keeping up even a little bit with the leaks so far, you know this game already looked great. I mean, hell, the trailers before the leaks already made it clear that this game was going to look great, and other than that, we all had the expectation that Rockstar really cares about their presentation. Rockstar really cares about how their games look. I mean, just look at Red Dead Redemption 2. It was clear this game was going to be a step up from that, but I cannot understate just how insane this game looks just on a sheer graphical level. Even when you move on from the graphics, the art direction is so nice. In the trailer, most of the time is spent in the city, but sometimes you get shots of like the wilderness, you get shots of the city at night, you get shots of like parties and clubs, and everything just looks so distinct, so colorful. But when it's a more serious scene, like at the start of the extended look where you see Jason and Lucia basically partaking in a drug deal, the colors are more muted, it's more white, it's more sterile. It makes you focus more on the conversations, which by the way are amazing. The voice acting on display in this trailer outside of the main two characters was crazy. Honestly, just nothing short of perfection, which you would expect from Rockstar, who were probably throwing an insane amount of money to every single little facet of this game. So it's really nice to see. Aside from that, there's also the animations from the actual like NPCs and characters when moving around, which not just from them, every single animation in this game looks insane. Every little NPC you see off in the distance or walking down the street moves like an actual AAA gaming like main character. It's genuinely ridiculous. Another note on the voice acting I kind of want to point out is that this is the first game, or at least one of the first games I'm seeing, where characters who are actually Hispanic or speak another language do sound like they're native to that language, because there's always been this thing in gaming, and not just gaming, movies and shows too, where characters are supposed to be, I don't know, Dominican or Mexican, and when they speak Spanish they have an insane accent, even though in world that character is supposed to be native and has always lived there. So this does not seem to be an issue in GTA 6 from obviously the few characters we've seen. The way they speak sounds perfectly natural, and it sounds like they're actually living in the country that, you know, the game says they speak in. So again, another huge point for voice acting. Something I also want to mention is the customization on display in this trailer, because at first, you know, when the trailer starts, and like I mentioned, it's like a small mission where Lucia and Jason are basically taking on a drug deal. They're dressed up pretty basic, which you would expect. I'm guessing that's sort of like the prologue of the game, or maybe one of the first missions you get into. But as you keep switching through a few different missions and events, they just keep changing them completely. Jason, not that much. He always looks more or less the same. But Lucia changes hairs like 6 different times, and it's crazy how intricate, like all the hair color changes, the clothes, they go from formal to trashy to just a bunch of different styles, which is again amazing to see. The side characters, again, the NPCs, everything just looks top-notch quality, and it's honestly insane to see. But let's get to the part which I feel is underwhelming. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything in this trailer outside of, you know, visuals and soundtrack and all that really stood out to me, because anything that was actual gameplay just felt like the same old tired Rockstar formula. Now, I want to make clear, I'm not actually one of those people who hates the Rockstar formula of making games. Which, by the way, I don't think I need to explain what the Rockstar formula is. If you've played any GTA game, well, or the recent ones, if you've played Red Dead Redemption, you know what the formula is. Drive from point A to point B, shoot bad guys, then drive from point B to point A back again. It's the same thing every single time. But the issue I find is mainly in the combat. The combat just looks like a slightly, and when I say slightly, I really mean it, slightly more refined GTA 5 / Red Dead Redemption 2. The melee combat, for as little as they showed, they'd actually look pretty intricate. It does look like just a more built upon version of the Red Dead Redemption 2 combat, where you have different options for countering, punching, and grappling and stuff. And it did look smooth as hell. Like, again, I can't emphasize enough just how every single animation in this game looks real. Legitimately, this game looks like it's real life, just ported into an actual, I was gonna say disc, but GTA doesn't support discs, because fuck you, Rockstar. Anyways, getting back on point, the shooting just looks the exact same as every other Rockstar game beforehand. There's nothing crazy with the taking cover, because, you know, GTA games have almost always been cover shooters, where you just run from cover to cover and shoot whatever's in the middle. There's no advanced movement as far as I can see. There's no like vaulting, or I wouldn't expect there to be wall jumping or rolling in my GTA games, though technically GTA 5 did have rolling. But I don't know, I kind of wanted a little more, you know. Again, do I have to remind you, Rockstar made Max Payne. To this day, Max Payne is one of the most interesting third-person shooters in terms of sheer mechanics and the way it can take simple things and make them bombastic and really not shiny, but really stylish. And it's insane to me how for so many years we have been saying for GTA 6 they should really take almost every facet of Max Payne shooting combat and port it into the next game, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing that. A part of me would like to be optimistic and say, oh, they're hiding it. They're hiding it for the actual launch or like close to launch. But the gameplay just looks like the same old tired formula we've had for so damn long. I mean, hell, at one point, Jason even has Deadeye, which I don't know if it's shared. I'm guessing it's going to be like his special character ability, kind of like in GTA 5, how each character had different abilities. He has a version of Deadeye, and then Lucia maybe has something else, or maybe they just copy and paste the same ability to both characters, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at this point. And it's just so saddening, honestly. It's just so sad to see. I will say, during the trailer, they showed a bunch of different like activities and stuff you could do, and in them there was something like wrestling kind of, where Jason was in a wrestling ring and he got grappled and like thrown on the floor. I wonder if those wrestling mechanics, or not mechanics, but that wrestling minigame does have extra mechanics for melee combat, or if overall the melee combat is just scaled up to such a degree that it actually constitutes its own minigame. That would be really cool to, actually find out for yourself, though I guess that's gonna be saved for the actual game. Outside of that, though, I was really disappointed with the gameplay, because also the driving, honestly, outside of the driving, just like I mentioned, looking better, because everything in this just looks better than anything we've seen before, it just doesn't look that special. Now, granted, I wasn't expecting there to be some crazy upgrade to the engine where now all the cars have turbo or something like that, and maybe there are some cars that have those special abilities, but as far as I could see, just same old GTA driving you would expect, which technically isn't bad. I do really want to emphasize this. It's not really bad that they're keeping the formula, because at the end of the day, when has that formula ever failed? Does it bore you after playing the game for maybe 100 hours? Yeah, sure. I think most people feel that way. But at its core, it is a winning formula. Hell, there's a reason why Red Dead Redemption 2 almost won Game of the Year. There's a reason why these games are lauded as some of the best games of all time, because it's a formula that works. And they're probably just going to keep adding on to it. Instead of changing the core formula, they're going to keep adding more activities, more things you can do around it to make the game feel more complete and feel like a better package. Now, am I happy about that? Not exactly. Again, I wish we got some more fleshing out of the shooting mechanics, since, let's be honest, that's what you're going to be doing for like 70 to 80% of the core gameplay. I do like that the melee was expanded, but will it be expanded to the point where you would want to do it more than regular times? Or hell, would it even be viable to do most of the time? This isn't Cyberpunk. You can't make, well, as far as I know, you can't really do specific builds of your character, though. If that is the case, first off, I think they should have shown that in the trailer. I think that would have been hype as fuck. But if that is the case, that would actually be amazing. We do know there is going to be like working out mini games, and you can change the look, like the physical appearance and probably prowess of your characters, but I doubt it'll go over just the basic stats system we had in GTA 5. I don't think you can actually, like, I don't know, build Lucia's legs to a point where her kicks do more damage and you can make Lucia a kickback. Like, I don't think it's going to be that deep, though hell, it's GTA 6. At this point, it could be anything. But yeah, I really just wanted to get my thoughts out, because I really like this trailer. Again, I really liked it. In terms of story, it's nothing too crazy. Honestly, it's just like the simple story setup you would expect from any GTA game. And I think that's good. Obviously, they would not want to show like big story spoilers or anything crazy happening in the trailer, because at its core, you don't really need crazy story moments to sell the game. You just need the visuals, the music. You just need the visuals. Like, again, so many people will buy this game entirely based on visuals that you really don't need much else. That's the formula, well, not formula, but that's the marketing tactic Rockstar has had for so many years, because they know their name by itself will sell millions of copies, so they don't need to really worry about that. That being said, I hope to God they are still hiding those extra mechanics. I hope there's a lot more coming into the gameplay. I'm assuming the driving, like I mentioned before, will be the same, but I really need combat to be something better, because this opens the doors to so much that I think people just don't realize. If you have better combat, inherently that would make GTA Online way more fun. And hell, GTA Online was fun until Rockstar realized how much money they could make off of it and just made it an actual 9 to 5, but just in-game version. So again, this video was just spitballing my initial reactions to the trailer. I am actually really excited for GTA 6, which, I can't say I was before. Now I really want to get my hands on it, but I'm begging, honestly. This is just me screaming into the void. Rockstar, please. Well, I mean, not please. They're not gonna fucking change it in the few weeks we have, but still, it would be nice to open that game up and have some interesting combat. You know, wouldn't it be so cool to be able to make, you know, DMC style combo mad videos, but with GTA gameplay? That would be awesome. I would love to see that. Unfortunately, I kind of gotta be realistic with what we got, and with what we got, that's just not gonna happen. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As you know, I always read all of them. I respond whenever I can. Thank you so much for the support on the recent videos, and if you did watch this video, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to watch. I appreciate every single one of you who take the time, even if you don't agree with me or hate me. That's perfectly fine. I hope you all have a good morning, afternoon, or night. I love you all. Bye.